Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Bazil. Welcome to WildStar Wednesday. So we're back, which is awesome. I gave myself about a week and a half after the game launched and soft launched to really enjoy the game and feel no pressure to really do anything as far as video-wise. But we're back, and I'm excited for this topic. We're going to be talking about negativity and how to combat it, especially when you feel that your class is lackluster, and how to deal with certain community members, either in-game or outside of the game, that might have a negative opinion towards the game or just a negative opinion towards MMOs in general. So let's get started, shall we? So negativity, it's something that is very, very prominent in MMOs, especially in MMOs. It's always, oh, you got the trolls that are, WoW is the first MMO, or, WoW, WoW greater than whatever. Those people. So it's those people. Good quote from a movie. It's something that you're going to run into, and the best way to combat it is to simply ignore it. Now, if you want to get into a discussion with them, don't fall into the trap of their buzzwords that they are going to tell you. Don't fall into that super negativity kind of, I guess, ditch that they're trying to dig for everybody. I don't know why they do it. I'm kind of leaning towards they just want attention, or they just don't know any better because they're 13 years old and that's all they know for some reason. I don't know. It's something that's always baffled me at people who will pay $60 for another MMO, and all they'll do for their free month is just troll people in chat and say, this game's terrible. I can't believe anyone would play this game. And, it's like, I'm only playing for my free month. And okay, then go back to World of Warcraft. Go back to all your whatever game you want to play. Don't sit here and ruin my experience. I mean, it's really, really frustrating. And put them on ignore. Put them on ignore. Report them if they're spamming the chat. Just completely ignore them. And obviously that's the best way to handle them in game. Is just put them on ignore, because you don't need to deal with it, and it'll just make you have a kind of a non-fun time. Not really a good sentence, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Now, to deal with people outside of the game itself, where you can't put them on ignore, like say in Mumble or TeamSpeak or Vent or whatever voice program you're using, or on Reddit or on YouTube comments or anywhere else, you're going to get a lot of trolling as well. I mean, I know that. Well, I mean, it'd be weird if you're getting trolling on your voice communication program, because you all should be enjoying the game. But if someone wants to be negative about the game, that's fine. But, simply say, you know what, I'm sorry you didn't have a good time, but I'm having a good time, so I prefer you not talk negatively while you're around me on the game. And if they don't respect you, then mute them and move on. And that's really the best thing to do. I've had to do that in a couple of games I've played. It was an interesting experience. But on Reddit is just a wonderful place, and I say that with the most amount of sarcasm possible. Just ignore those people. It's not worth going into a Reddit post. It's like, I can't believe that Carbine missed this, or blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, yeah, they missed a small thing. Oh my gosh, heaven forbid. They are a small new development company putting out a AAA MMO. Darn, they missed something. Shucks. I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, there's been a lot of things that I didn't even catch in beta because I was having such a good time. And I was like, they missed that. That's really unfortunate. I kind of wish that wasn't in its state that it is now. And, I'll submit a ticket as feedback or whatever I want to label it as, and say, hey, I found this. I think that this should be changed. Just wanted to let you know you guys are doing a good job, and just wanted to give you the attention that this deserves. Do that. Submit a ticket about it if you feel that it's not up to your standard. But do it in a constructive way. Do it in a way that allows you to not look like an asshole. That's very important. And also make sure that you do it in a way that's a constructive criticism, rather than just saying, I can't believe you missed this. How stupid are you? Or just something childish like that. That never works. So that's really the best way to combat negativity in and outside the game. And also a good way to offer constructive feedback is, another good way, I should say, is Twitter. the devs are always on Twitter. Like, I have had conversations with Stefan Frost and Pappy all the time in beta about certain things or mechanics or whatever. I mean, Cougar all the time answers people, and Bitwise answers people. I mean, all the main developers that are working on the game to improve it and have, that say to yay or nay things are always answering the community. They're all over on Reddit. I mean, it's a very, very positive experience when you interact with the developers and you're nice to them. They're going to want to answer you if you're nice. If you say something negative and it's not constructive, they're not going to answer you, and I mean, it's not a good thing to do. So I think that's really the best way to handle negativity is ignore it, be constructive, be positive, and if all else fails, just, don't let it bug you, because it's not worth getting into an argument over. Also, real quick, I wanted to address class negativity, and if you think your class is bad, don't, because the game has only been out for about 4 weeks. We just hit our 3-week period yesterday, and if you think your class is bad, then just kind of deal with it, in all honesty. It's something that does not need to be discussed on the forums. Now, if it's positive, constructive feedback, by all means, put it on the forums and say, hey, what do you guys think about this? But don't make a post where you're like, well, this class is terrible, I'm time to re-roll. I've seen that a lot on the Stalker forums as of late, and it really kind of angers me because I haven't had any of those problems. I have learned the class, I've been able to identify the problems, the weaknesses, and you really kind of learn to avoid those. I myself am not good at fighting a medic. I have really just not been able to figure out how to kill them. A lot of it does have to do with they are extremely powerful right now. They do have a lot of skills that I do believe need to be balanced a little bit better. But the other half is me not being able to figure out how to counter them with my action set while having the counters to all the other classes. That's that really fine line. So if you think your class is not doing well, figure out why and then post. Read your post a couple times over before you submit it and go, is this constructive feedback? Is this a constructive comment? If I read this from another poster, would I be like, that's actually a very, very good point? Or would you go, wow, he's just, L2P type of thing? So I would really encourage you guys to be very, very careful in what you post and how you portray yourself to the community. Now, if you don't care about that thing, I'm sorry you feel that way. That sucks. But it really does help the developers read through constructive feedback rather than just a bunch of rage posts and, time to re-roll kind of stuff. So that's really all I got for this week. I wanted to pick some interesting topics that kind of interested me this week. And those were the two that I've been seeing a lot this past 3 weeks since the game has launched. So thank you so much for listening, guys. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at Bazile, also follow Challenge Accepted on Twitter, which is at Challenge Failed. We do our weekly live stream show every Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, or if you're on the PST side of things, that's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And more videos to come, guys. I do appreciate everything that you guys have done for me, and look forward to everything else to come. So see you guys in Nexus. Have a great evening, afternoon, or morning. Peace.